Hello and welcome back to the Higher Paradigm YouTube channel and podcast. I am your host, Laura. This is season 3. I am so excited to be here. Wow, what a hiatus, what a hibernation, what a winter. Not only was it actually intense in the area that I live in, Western New York, it was very, for a long, long time. Us personally at our house, my husband has to get on our roof to take a hammer and chisel and literally chisel the ice dams that accumulate on our roof, because if he doesn't, we get leaks in the house. And yes, we need a new roof, but we will get there. The point is it was a very intense and grueling winter. And it wasn't just the weather, but the weather was so symbolic for me personally as to how intense the internal hibernation was, I guess we could say. So I'm just so curious to all of my listeners out there. How has your winter been? Or how was your winter? How is your springing? And yeah, I feel like each one of us collectively, we're upgrading in some way. We're being shown things we need to see in whatever regard. This season has really been such a beautiful experience. I personally am in a place in my life and on my journey where even though there are moments that are really intense and really uncomfortable, I see the beauty in it. I feel the beauty in it. It is a testament to what can evolve when you are devoted and committed to your own healing journey and you genuinely do the work and you really allow yourself to take that courageous action step down into the trenches of your own soul, of your own DNA, of your own wounding, of your own nervous system. And I guess I'm bringing this up right off the cuff because I am seeing this shift in social media, which I am not really on anymore, to be honest with you. I stopped utilizing social media as of last August, and it's been so refreshing and freeing. However, I do find myself on there occasionally. And when I do, I stumble upon other healers in this realm and in this area who are spiritually bypassing and calling it evolved. Healing was a phase of my life. I am now moved on. I don't need to heal anymore. And I just want to speak directly to other healers who are listening to this, other light workers, those that are of service in the healing realms, those that are of service spiritually. Even we're talking like spiritual growth and evolution. We're not just talking healing work, they all go hand in hand. But I want to be abundantly clear that if you believe that you are done healing, you are denying the truth within yourself, and there's something you're avoiding. Because once we make the commitment and we are genuinely making this from our hearts, we are committed because we know the power that we unconsciously or intuitively, I should say, we don't know what lies ahead. But when we make a commitment to devote ourselves to our healing and to our spiritual growth, we do it because we are at that point where you have reached a dead end and you recognize that you have done everything else that you could. You've taken the meds, you've done the meditation, you've spoken to therapists, blah, blah, blue, whatever it is. And it's just not doing it. When you are at rock bottom in whatever way, shape, or form in your life, and you recognize that the only way to get out of this place is to get through it by facing whatever it is that brought you to this place. seeing the gift in being brought to this place. And the gift is that this is an opportunity, that this is a catalyst for you to commit yourself to your healing journey. So when you start this journey, and I'm speaking from experience, you don't know off the bat that this is going to be the rest of your life. And that's not to sound daunting or to be agonizing. It is not agonizing. It is to inspire you to keep going. If you're listening to this and you are on a healing journey and you keep coming up against this belief that I want to be done or I'm done or I no longer, that was a phase, I want to remind you, I hope that this inspires you to recognize that if you keep going, you get stronger and stronger as you go deeper and deeper. And if you feel this need to pull away or like you want to be done, that's an invitation actually that you need to look at something. Turn around and look in the mirror. You are not being called to ignore who you are or the parts of you that are calling you to be with them. The parts of you that come from your DNA, that come from your ancestors. Your ancestors are calling you. It is always going to be a little bit uncomfortable and a little bit scary to know that there are deeper places to go. But when we are called to go into our healing work and we make that commitment right from the get-go, you are initiated into your soul's purpose. So don't forget that. Your soul's purpose is to heal, not just for you. It's not a selfish thing. It's not an individual thing. Yes, it is all happening within you, but you are the vessel for something much bigger than yourself. So know that. Remember that. If others need you and you abandon your purpose, then aren't you finding yourself out of alignment? And that's okay. There's no shame in that. And that is scary to say, oh, I thought I was done and now I'm not. Oh my gosh. Yeah, of course. It's okay to feel that. Why are we so afraid to feel? I know why. I know the answer. We've been conditioned to be so afraid to feel. There is nothing wrong with being uncomfortable with what you feel inside. Recognize that when you feel that uncomfortability inside, that is a part of you, whether that be a former version of yourself or a frozen emotion from a time where you experienced a traumatic experience or not a traumatic experience. Maybe it was just an overwhelming experience and you didn't have the emotional capacity to be with your emotions at that time. So the emotion got frozen. We don't have to overcomplicate this or make it bigger than it needs to be. Sometimes it's just emotions that need to be felt because they didn't have the ability to be felt in a moment where we actually absorb them. So if you feel uncomfortable with, oh my God, I don't know who I am. Oh my God, I thought I was done with this. Oh my God, this is bringing me deeper into something I don't want to look at or I'm scared to look at. I don't want to keep going, using this excuse. We got to be done with the past. This is about moving on. You can't move on into the future until you face your past. And it might not just be your past. It might be ancestral wounding. It might be ancestral conditioning. And if you are a person who's committed to this journey and you say, I want to be done with the past, you're bullshitting yourself. You are bullshitting yourself. You're doing yourself, your soul, and why God brought you here a disservice. You're doing your ancestors a disservice. And you're basically trying to sever your own roots. You cannot deny the past. You cannot deny that it can dictate and drive the vehicle of your future. In some way, shape, or form, it's going to come back to bite you in the ass if you don't look at it. I feel so passionately about this, obviously, because I'm seeing this all over Facebook when I go on. I'm reading posts about people, healers in particular, who are like, you know what? I don't want to help others heal anymore, or I don't want to keep going into the healing work. And they're encouraging those that they've built a community with, that they provided a space to offer healing to, or offer healing to others. They're now saying, you know what? I don't want to help you heal anymore. I want to help you if you're ready to move on and grow in your faith. If you're ready to move on and grow in relationships spiritually, they're one and the same. What your relationship with God is not a phase. It is an existence. It is a it is a it is like it's woven into your skin, your DNA, your cells. It's woven into you. It's not a phase that you enter into after you've done so much healing. The thing is, I mean, the healing and your relationship with God, in my experience and what I know to be true, does go hand in hand. And the deeper you heal and the deeper you reconcile your relationship with God, the more intimate you grow in relationship with God or spirit or the, source, Jesus, Mary, whatever ascended master you can feel connected to. But God, ultimately, the one and only creator, you do grow deeper as you go deeper. But that doesn't mean you stop taking, at some point, say, I've washed my hands of healing and I no longer need to take responsibility for the things that are keeping me stuck or are keeping me living in the past or are feeling like anxiety inside of me or fear inside of me. I'm just going to just give it all to God. That's not, there are a lot of people who do think that I'll just, save me, Jesus. Do this. I give it to Jesus. But the truth is, until you look at it and until you actually sit with it and you actually want to integrate it and you want to help that part of you feel loved and you let God work on you while you're also doing the work. It's a co-creation. It's a co-healing. It's not just God. God, you are a part of God. You are a divine being. But you can't just say, okay, I did all this healing. Now I have a relationship with God. I'm washing my hands of the healing work. And now I just want to move on to my relationship with God. You're lying to yourself, in my opinion. In my opinion, I know that's a big thing we have to say now as people who speak up. We have to say, this is my opinion. This is my belief. But really think about it. Really think about it. You're bullshitting yourself if you think that you don't have to look at your pain right in the eye, especially if you're a healer. There are so many healers out there that are, dare I say, charlatans, dare I say, spiritually bypassing, but that's what it is. And God is calling me to be brutally honest about this, but with love. I am being honest with love. And I hope that whoever's listening to this does feel that. I love you and I am a vessel for truth. And the truth is, if we want to live in integrity, embody what we believe, our values, where we're going, our spiritual truths, that embody who we actually are, we can't say this is done. When we discover that we are here for this purpose, it doesn't stop. There is evolution. There is, maybe the old way doesn't work anymore, and maybe it's time to evolve a little bit. I've had multiple evolutions. I've done so much of the work and I finally feel like, I just said this to my husband this morning, I finally feel like at age 40, I am an adult now. I've literally just become an adult because, one of the things I'll share is that I no longer feel this need. And this has just happened over the last year. It's really incredible. And it is a testament to the work that I have done and the relationship I have built with spiritually with my spirit family and mother, father, God. And you know, I no longer feel this need to be acknowledged, seen on social media. And I wouldn't have discovered this if I didn't pull away in last August and say, you know what, and been radically honest with myself about Facebook and Instagram and the how those platforms feel for me, which is a whole other episode. I can't wait to talk about it. It's so exciting. um Talk about just like the um using those platforms and noticing how they make you feel and what the purpose of them I believe is and all that stuff. So that's in another episode. But anyway, pulling away from social media really helped me to recognize that I no longer need to be acknowledged. I no longer need to air out every single step I take on my own healing journey. I've done so much of the work that I no longer need to show up on social media to get validation, get acknowledgement, be seen. That's not where I'm going to get the nurturing love and support and acknowledgement that I really am craving, which comes from within and it comes from God and your spirit family. And it comes from those that are closest to you, those that are actually in your life every single day. I'm in a very different place, and it's been very interesting to witness others on there. Sometimes I go on social media and I think, are we still, we're still operating like this? You go through your own evolution and you go back to a space like that and you recognize there's still so much work that needs to be done. And that's not putting myself on a pedestal whatsoever. I appreciate witnessing what other people are going through, but also I want to be honest. So that's essentially what I wanted to talk about because over this past winter, I went deep into a trench and I have the tools and the ability to connect with those versions of me from this place of love and listening and also feeling the presence of spirit, of mother, father, God, of my wise, well, and healed ancestors. I was also doing, the healing of the unwell and unhealed ancestor work as well over the winter and feeling the call to hibernate, feeling the call to be still and rest and do all those things, utilizing that rest full time, that still time to do the work. And it's really amazing. And I love so much like being in rhythm with the seasons and just feeling shifts and changes happening in real time, like being very present with going deep and into some uncomfortable places within, and then purging a lot of that energy and doing the work, and then also feeling the recalibration of it and feeling safe in it. So that's a big thing that I was doing over the winter. And then my sister also had a baby, and that was an incredible experience to witness. She had a home birth, but at a birthing center, but it was like a home birth. She had him in a tub. And just to witness a natural birth with calm energy all around was something I never had the luxury of experiencing. It wasn't even in my awareness to have a birth like that. And honestly, there was a little bit of grief for what, my children didn't get to have an experience and what I didn't get to have an experience birthing my children. Even though at the same time, I recognized that it was exactly how it needed to be. I also what an experience to have a midwife and a doula and a couple of nurses, me as her sister, her husband, all present and feeling this, the divine, feeling blessed energy and holy energy present in that space and the calm atmosphere that it provided and the calm energy that the midwife and the doula and the nurses provided. I mean, there were things that happened that in a hospital setting would get a lot of anxious energy activated. And just to be a part of this was like truly such a incredible experience. I highly, highly recommend if you're trying to have children or you are pregnant and you want to, you know, take it back to grassroots and like do this the all natural way, like the old fashioned way. I highly recommend looking at some of the facilities that you can birth your child naturally in the Western New York area if you live here. And if you don't live in Western New York, look in your area at home birth or midwifery, doula services. And see if it's a good fit for you because, wow, I mean, I've never experienced something so beautiful. And I've been to several births because I was a nurse for 10 years and part of my rotation was going to labor and delivery. And I was fortunate enough to have a few during that rotation. But then, we do mother baby. I've had my own children. So I've been a part of other births, but this by far was the most holy, sacred, beautiful experience I ever was a part of. And it was even more beautiful for my sister and her husband. I mean, yeah, it was just amazing. Um, so there was that. And then my sister and I have started a business called Happy Harvest Kitchen. And it actually is a postpartum homemade grab and go treats. And they're nutrient dense. They're filled with all of the benefits that can support breast milk production, recovery from a C-section or vaginal birth, and just energy, boosting your energy. My sister and I have on our own felt God pushing us to do something like this. And when she told me that she felt that God was telling her to do a business like this, it was a confirmation because 5 years or 4 years before she had her interaction with God, I had a vision of a business like this coming to life and I just didn't think it was mine. But now that I am where I am on my own journey in life, I really value this offering because women postpartum need this so much and it's gonna help so many women. And if I could have had something like this available to me, I know that I would have really appreciated it. And it doesn't really exist right now in this area of the world. So we are really excited. I have been doing a lot of behind the scenes, doing all the things, and the plan is to launch by summer. Um, so sharing it with our communities in this Western New York area by the summer. It's going to be amazing, and I'm so thrilled and excited and honored and grateful to be birthing this into the world. Literally, we're birthing this business, this postpartum business into the world. It's such a blessing. So that's, what else I've been up to. But yeah, I guess I will leave it there for this episode, coming back and starting a new season. I'm so excited. We're on season 3. I'm so excited that you are here and that you are listening. And I look forward to continuing on for this season. And as always, before I go, like, subscribe, follow on YouTube or Apple or Spotify podcasts. And yeah, leave a comment. Feel free to share how you feel or what you're thinking or any questions. I would love to have a dialogue. And If not, totally cool. And I will see you in the next episode. Much love and many blessings to you.